I got psychic messages for you. Someone's bright idea for Christmas wasn't bright enough. Metaphorically, everything is symbols. So yeah, the lines, the Christmas lights, whatever idea they had for presentation, manipulation of image, it didn't work. Or what they attained wasn't bright enough for them. The image in the hypnopompic state yesterday, this is at the egregore level, this is a collective wave, all right? There's a guy that's ready to break through a wall with a hose, like a big, not just a hose, like an arm, a mechanical tunnel thing to make a water system. So this symbolizes the emotions. The emotions are going to break through your wall. So if you are a masculine, the divine feminine is also within you. Whether you're breaking through a physical woman's like metaphorical walls, like her nutshell, her big coconut walls, to get that nice fleshy white meat inside, the young coconut meat, you got to break through that wall, right? But the way I saw the image was, as a woman, I used to be able to go into this other space in the back room. You know, this is in the psyche. And then all of a sudden there's a wall, like a white wall, like a, not even noticeable that is a wall. It's just like, wait a minute, I used to be able to go back there. And you see yourself, how other people saw you. You had marks on your face. Someone marked your face with tribal pattern colors that weren't you. There were markings on your face. And you're in bed with a white kitten. Now remember, for men, a kitten represents disappointment and love. For a woman, playful but meaningless connection, or short-lived, playful, meaningless connection. But it wasn't just a regular kitten, because it was white. White is unbelievably great success, and it was that meme cat kind of with that expression of, you know, like, told you. So it's like now you're able to see the markings. Maybe someone's true colors, or you saw that their face was painted with colors that weren't their own. There's many ways to see. One image says so many stories depending on the perspective that you look at it from. That's why these images are so friggin' valuable, to accept the data that comes in. This is how we grow as souls, because we're going to keep meeting the same person in a different flesh body suit. It's an energy. You're going to keep meeting the same lesson until you crunch that data. And the only way to crunch the data is to accept it. You got to accept the lesson. And as humans, we have difficulty accepting lessons when they're in words, in the logical mind, in the programming of what our parents taught us, which is a whole lot of people-pleasing programming. And that's what I do professionally. What I'm a master at is just unscrewing. I just override that whole parental programming logic stuff, and I work on frequency lines, and I get the images that settle the score, so to speak, that resolve things so you can see clearly this is just how it is. So your subconscious digests it. This is how nature works, also plant medicine, such as mushrooms, to teach your psyche, to show you what is difficult for you to accept so that you can accept it. So someone's going to be breaking down your walls. It's pretty exciting. And they're wearing glasses. So this could be a man who actually wears glasses. It could be a guide, but it's metaphorically they're seeing something. They put on their glasses, and they saw they need to leave whoever they're with, I think is the main thing of the glasses. Because that's usually what it is in dream symbology. Like when the act of putting on glasses, if you don't usually wear glasses, it's like now you're seeing something that you got to leave that situation. So I think that guy is going to leave a situation and just break through your wall with his emotions. The CIA military man thing Spirit wants me to talk about also, because this kind of relates. If you're one of the women that was on the frequency line where those older messages spoke out to you with the "you are being hunted by CIA military man," a bunch of women like, yeah, I love my military man. That that egregore energy of like where you feel hunted, that's what they do. Yeah, all men, they hunt for their trophy. And we're never going to change that. But the energy of that military man, egregore, CIA guy frequency is they're just on the hunt and looking like cool, like ready to come in with their coolness. And the whole time they're roller skating in, like kind of segueing in. But at the same time kind of backtracking, doing these cool backtracks where they think it's cool on their roller skates when they're not being cool. They're just like, the energy was like, look at me, I'm so cool in my mystery man glasses. I could roll towards you or I could roll back and you don't know what to expect. And look at me and I'm just so cool. And it's like, is that really attractive? Do you really think your military CIA guy is attractive with that kind of energy? Because if you have a protection around your heart, like a coconut shell, which you should, it takes more to break through that coconut shell. Water does break through everything, breaks through stone. And water is emotions. And it's that heart connection that you want, right? And you're not going to get that heart connection if you're following his lead on that frequency line of look at me, look how cool I am because I want to get in bed with you and I want you to fall in love with me. So then I can get my pats on the head and my belly rubbed because subconsciously he wants a mommy. Ooh, yeah. Sorry to break it to you, man, if you're watching, but yeah, we know you got mommy issues. I think everybody knows except you, because pretty much everybody sees everybody else's issues except yourself, right? And the friends never feel like it's their responsibility to tell you. But that's the way it is, Most guys got mommy issues. Most women got daddy issues. Until you examine your own issues, other people are going to see them more clearly than yourself. It's just the way it is. So I don't know if this is the same guy or if this is a whole other guy. It's a whole different kind of energy. It's just water coming in through your wall, very in a surprising way. It's also, it was surprising how like normally you could go into this back area of your psyche and then it was closed off. So this could be the surprise that the universe is orchestrating for you. Watch the movie Undertaking Betty. It's a really old movie with Christopher Walken. It's a comedy. I don't know how it ends, but I'm a liar and I create coincidences, and that's some coincidence creation that came up with. It's a theme of faking her own death, but it's funny because it rides along these same frequency lines. There's also the unicorn coming in super strong, and the unicorn is imbued with truth. So anyone around the unicorn is feeling compelled, just totally compelled, as if they're bewitched, to say the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help them God. Like they just really want to purge out that truth. And at first it's going to seem like chaos and hell and oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I should never have said that. But in the end, everything works out just perfectly. And Spock logic. Spock has been coming in, Captain Kirk and McCoy. McCoy is known as Bones, right? And he's the doctor. And the doctor's starting to go crazy. We're in this weird place in space-time, and Spock is handling the whole ship because he's the only one not affected by all this. And he's like, go back to your laboratory, Mr. McCoy. Or he calls him Bones. It's the only time he calls him Bones, because Kirk would say, it's all right, Bones. So people may be feeling like they're just off and not acting like their professional self. And it's that place in space-time. It's all right, Bones. It's all right. Just go back to your lab, continue on, carry on, roll with it.